I need you to hear this, because we could do an entire lecture on just this idea, but we'll condense it. You know that there are people who believe to this day, and who believed in ancient times, that practicing medicine was a sin. Why? Christian Science. God made you sick because God does everything. God is responsible for everything. If you're sick, it must be because God wants you to be sick. So who are you to make somebody well? You're going against God's will. You understand that with that logic, you could negate all of science, all of progress. The Wright brothers, who were you to invent the plane? If God would have wanted you to fly, he would have given you wings. Right? You don't have wings, you shouldn't fly. Whatever is, and hence the will of God. And hence who are you to tamper with it? And what does the Jew say? Whatever is, isn't the ideal, because God leaves a role for us to play as partners with God in the divine drama of bringing about perfection of the world, which is called tikkun olam, perfecting the universe. There is a remarkable series of stories in the Midrash about events that ostensibly took place between Turnus Rufus, a Roman governor, and Rabbi Akiva. And the Roman governor in one instance says to Rabbi Akiva, how dare you give charity to the poor? God obviously wanted them to be poor if they are poor. How dare you change what God intended? And in another version of the story, he says to him, how dare you practice medicine? If God didn't want to be sick, he wouldn't be sick. And in the third version of the story, which is the most fascinating, he says to him, you people are a very stupid people who are rebellious against God, because the very first thing you do when God presents you with a male child is to snip off a little piece. How dare you alter what God has given you? And the response to that is, well, God told us he didn't finish creating human beings. We are meant to complete ourselves. And therefore God left a task for us as a symbol of the fact that the world is unfinished. On what day is Brit Milah? And why is that? Because in 7 days, God created the world. And on the 8th day, God says, now you take over. And now you continue the task of creation. Ani Kel Shakai. I'm mispronouncing it purposely. I am the God She'omar Dai, who said enough at a certain point. I didn't finish the job because I leave the rest for you to complete. So being a doctor is a mitzvah, but how could you heal the sick? Because that's what God wants us to do, to become partners with him in the act of creation. That is a quote from the Talmud Yerushalmi, the Jerusalem Talmud. Amazing. So Jews are doctors. And Jews said when they looked at the world, this is the way it is, but not the way it should be. And the reason it isn't the way it should be yet is because God said, no, I went as far as I wanted to go. Let's see what you can do, and let's see how you can become a partner with me in bringing about perfection.
The Rohr Jewish Learning Institute has the largest collection of Jewish media online. Hit subscribe for more.